Hey guys, we got a little bit different format for you. It's the new normal, right? With the pandemic. We're doing a Zoom chat with some of the best Instagram personalities and pro contractors and guys that I like to call friends. We also have Matt Vargo. He's the product manager of PackOut from Milwaukee Power Tools. PackOut is just exploding in the industry. Everybody is loving it and using it and going after it. And then we have Jay Armstutz. He is the president of Ohio Power Tools. Ohio Power Tools is a family-owned tool sales and service company. Independent. I love the independence. We like to support independence. And what I like best about Jay's company, Ohio Power Tools, is that they talk pro to pro. They've got people that know about the tools, they know how to service them, and they know how to put the right tool in the pro's hands. Anyway, let's get going. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot. We have 3 guests on this show as well that are YouTube subscribers. 3 YouTube subscribers that you folks asked about, you wanted to be part of, and I'm super glad that you joined. So let's just jump right into the introductions right now. All right, guys, so welcome to the Concrete Carpenter YouTube channel, and I've got a fun Zoom chat scheduled here with lots of cool guys. Call it happy hour with Toolbox Buzz, call it whatever you want. Cheers, hope everybody's safe and healthy. So I invited some really cool Instagram personalities, some friends of mine, people that I rub elbows with at a lot of these tool events. I've invited a friend of mine, Jay Armstutz. He's the president of Ohio Power Tools, and we have Matt Vargo from Milwaukee Power Tools, and he's the product manager of the PackOut. And here's Joe Canning, never to be outdone with a late entrance. We'll let him in. So I'm just going to go ahead and start and do the introductions. Matt Vargo is our first guest, and he's from Milwaukee Power Tools, graduated from University of Georgia, and he started in hand tools. Then he moved in 2017 to, I think he started in marketing and moved to hand tools. Now he helped launch and runs the PackOut program for Milwaukee. So we're going to talk about PackOut with Matt today. And welcome, Matt. Appreciate you on the show. The next guest is Jay Armstutz. Jay is the president of Ohio Power Tools and family-owned independent tool company business. They sell tools, they fix tools. The thing I like about your company, Jay, the most is that you cater to pro contractors and your folks actually know what they're talking about. Hi, Joe. And they are just pro service oriented. So I love that. Who's just late but never last is Joe Canning. Joe is a framing contractor and friend of mine. He lives up in southwestern Ontario. Joe is best known for his Instagram channel, Canadian Carpenter, and also for his really soft beard. And don't ask me how I know that it's soft. Thanks for joining us, Joe. Another good friend of mine, Murray Kruger. Murray, wave. Murray's I'm going to try to say this right, Murray. Murray is a remodeling contractor in Saskatchewan, Canada. And for those of you guys wondering where that is, it's okay because none of us really know anyway. But it's in Western Canada. And Murray's a remodeling contractor, and he's got some pretty cool hobbies. He's kind of a wrench spinner, and we'll talk about that. He works with his son Silas on cars and stuff. And Murray, we'll ask you some questions about that. And then we have Eric Ani. He is a plumbing contractor from Elk River, Minnesota. Nobody knows where that is, Eric. You're right. Eric's been plumbing for 22 years. He owns his own company. I follow Eric on Instagram. I love his content. I'm not a plumber, but I just like following it because I do remodeling and it relates. He's done an amazing job on his Instagram channel called Mechanical Hub. And Eric, congratulations on hitting 100K, brother. Freaking awesome.
Thanks, man. Welcome. I really appreciate it.
And over on the other side, we have our friend and Toolbox Buzz crew member, Will Endicott. Will is a remodeling contractor and builder, second-generation carpenter. And he's also he runs his own company. He is a Toolbox Buzz crew member, tool reviewer, and assistant editor with us, and also a friend. So welcome, Will. Thanks for helping us.
No problem.
And we have a surprise, guys. We have 3 Concrete Carpenter channel YouTube subscribers that we threw into a hat and picked. We have Chris Cantrell, who we call what is your name again? It's
Yankee
Yankee Cantrell. Don't let the Yankee fool you because he's from Nashville, Tennessee. He's no Yankee. And so Chris is a trim carpenter, and he follows our YouTube channel. I think he follows a couple of you guys as well. And he's familiar with the PackOut. He likes the system, but he doesn't use it yet, Matt. So maybe we can convince him to use it. Then we have Garrett. Garrett is he does IT full time. He also owns a design and construction company, and he flips houses. And Garrett, you're in the west suburbs of Chicago. Is that right?
Yeah, about an hour outside of Chicago.
Excellent. And then last, we have up in that corner, I think we're all in different places, we have Will. Will Krentler is 20 years old. Will is an apprentice with the IBEW Carpenters Union. And you're in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania?
Yes.
Right?
Yes, Bethlehem.
And Will loves the PackOut system. He's got a couple of sets. So, Joe, I know you joined a little late. I'm going to just throw a question out to somebody. We're going to let them answer it, and then I think we'll bounce it around a little bit. And then I'll keep things moving. I'll moderate by throwing another question out, and I think that way we'll keep it moving, and hopefully we won't run out of time. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. So the first question I want to ask Matt, since you're one of our guest speakers, what is the thought process or inspiration behind the PackOut system? How did that all come about?
So it started in 2013 when I moved over to the hand tool team, and we started our storage, business unit or storage division. It was really just born on the job site, talking to users out there, watching them struggle to bring everything on and off the job site every single day, and dealing with, multiple different systems, having to, or work with different sizes of boxes. And there was a lot of great competitors in the space, but nobody really brought, I grew up playing with a lot of Legos, and nobody really brought that modularity where any size box or bag or really any possibility that, that a user might need would all work together. So PackOut was born from trying to solve that, need of just having one cohesive system with the same mindset that, Milwaukee Tool has with M12 and M18, where one system, everything just works together. So that's what it was born from.
Interesting. What do you guys have to say about that? Eric, how about you? Any comments on that?
I don't know much about the PackOut system. Haven't gotten my hands on much of it. I think it's great. I want to give you guys a good look here. I'm at my house, obviously, but right outside my van, you can see pretty much the entire thing is red, right? And I agree. I love how it all clicks together. I love how it can just get me onto the job with either tools or materials, both. And I just love how secure and how durable it is.
Matt, do you often get people say, great system, but late to the game again? You kind of waited for everybody else to kind of come out with it, and then you made it better, or you guys?
Yeah, it's a category that we really took our time with. Like I said, there was other systems that launched in the late 2000s that are great systems. I'm not going to discount them in any way, but we took our time and made sure that we weren't just building for just a couple boxes and a couple organizers. We want PackOut to be able to live, not just on the job site, but as Eric showed you right there in his van, live, in the shop long term. Really have a footprint and a system footprint that lasts forever, so we can continue to add on to it and add new things every year.
I tried to do the PackOut in my trailer, but I had previously done the L boxes, and I have welded shelving, so they don't fit. So I only have one shelf where they fit. So I'm kind of bummed out about that. Well, Jay, being an independent tool retailer, tell us about, is PackOut coming off the shelves, flying off the shelves?
Yeah, PackOut, it's been huge. Our focus has really been for professionals. So we've done some stuff with different systems in the past, but PackOut has just been like completely different thing. Just really the way they built it and the way it's designed, it's definitely not for like, maybe I'll have a box or two or whatever. It's like Eric's trailer. We see a lot of that. Guys will come in and you think, oh, maybe they'll buy one of the crates or something. And they're like, I need 20 crates. And you're like, okay. So it's kind of hard to predict when they come out with a new item on PackOut. I'm like, do we need like 20 of these or like 2,000 of these? I don't know.
So, speaking of PackOut not fitting, right, in my trailer and stuff like that, Murray, you ran into that with your tonneau cover, right?
Yeah, you bet. So the handle was just a little too high. So what I did was I ended up cutting it down. It just came to me one day. I was like, you know what? I like this system so much, just going to make it work, right? So yeah, I cut it down. The mod, I would do it differently now. Some guys use like those little pins. What is it? It's like, do they call it? I don't even know the name, but it's for like a trailer, right? And
Like
they
a
just drill
clevis
holes.
pin?
And, yeah, so they can actually pull the whole handle out. The way I did it was I cut it down and then glued it. But I could see over time, you know, going downstairs and stuff, if you got it really heavy, it could come apart and fall down the stairs.
So you do it different next time. If we wanted to see that field mod, where is it?
It's actually in my trailer right now. I end up just keeping that stuff in my trailer. I've got a lot of PackOut that goes in and out of the back of my truck. I've actually put up the crates on the wall so I can just grab and go as I can. But I really try to work out of my truck as much as possible because we're doing so many different tasks.
You're bouncing
on
around.
site.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe Canning, where are you? You moved over there. Joe, what is your favorite PackOut box?
I think it's a toss-up between the compact and the crate. To be honest with you, I mean the crates I can put miscellaneous stuff like harnesses and ropes raveled up in them, and I can just click and go and lock them on top of my drawer system in the truck, and then I'll have to worry about them spilling over. The ammo boxes are great for exactly that. I put nails in them. You know, my coil nails don't get messed up. You know, the strip nails don't get wet. So it's been working out really well for that.
Wouldn't you say that the crate is just a fancy milk crate, though? I mean, I grew up, you know, in Carpenter.
100%.
Milk crates. That's all we had. Buckets of milk.
The only difference is I can click it in and not have to worry about spilling my nails all over the place or whatever, right? That's go ahead, Eric.
Sorry, Joe. I didn't mean to interrupt you. There is a big difference. I got to say this about the crate. I'm going to bat for Matt on the crate. The thing is indestructible.
Yeah,
I don't care how many times they write on that thing. Don't use as a ladder or a step stool. Guess what this guy's using it as? Ladder and step stool, baby.
No comment on mine.
Hey, I have videos of me stepping on two of them clicked together on top to reach something on the ceiling. So,
all right, moving forward. So I want to talk to Jay for a sec. Jay is an independent retailer, and I just want to say I'm a huge fan of independent retailers. What's been your biggest challenge with fighting big box stores, the Depots, the Lowe's, the Menards, stores like? What's your biggest challenge?
I mean, just for us, it's more about trying not to battle with everything that they're doing and stay focused on professional users.
Yep.
So if we sometimes find ourselves going down the rabbit hole of like, this might do well online, or oh yeah, this is good too, but we just stay focused on press tools and the fuel line, and stay away from some of the brush products. And we definitely do a lot of the outdoor power equipment and that kind of stuff, but we try and just make sure that we're staying focused on the pros.
Okay. Hey, Will, being an apprentice carpenter, what's the coolest thing you've done so far?
I personally like framing. That's my go-to. Remodeling's fun, but I like being like up and like, I don't know. I just like the agility of framing. Like,
so
you gotta
be follow
fast.
Canadian Carpenter on Instagram?
Yes.
Excellent. Good answer. All right, Yankee. Coolest finished project you've done? Because you're a finished carpenter, right?
Yeah. I think we did. I don't know. Mine's just closets, just custom made closets
Systems?
to the point. Oh yeah, like box systems with nosing and just. I love doing closets.
Interesting. All right. And Garrett, did I say that right, Garrett?
Yep.
Right. Garrett, you're flipping houses. How many do you flip a year? And what advice would you give to me who wants to start flipping one house a year as kind of little something else to do?
Sure. So recently we opened up as a company. Before I was doing it just with a few friends. We did about, some years it was 2 houses, maybe one house a year, depending on the house, of course. Usually we stuck around about 2,000 square feet to 2,500.
Wow. Okay. Well, my house.
Advice, I guess, for you would be pay attention to the numbers. The numbers are truly the most important thing.
Absolutely.
Stay within the budget as best you can.
All right. Back to Matt. Matt, what is your favorite PackOut product?
So you guys stole my thunder a little bit. The crate is probably my favorite PackOut product because it is.
I need to get one.
You didn't get one? Right, figure out a way to get you one. But the reason
you're allowed to tell us about products that haven't come out yet. If one of those is your favorite.
Drawers.
Drawers, something with drawers.
So let's talk about the crate for a second. Then I can hit it and stuff. The reason I love the crate so much is it's face value a milk crate, the simplest storage product that has ever existed. Maybe that or a bucket. But the more you dig into it, the more you understand how we designed it to where it can hang off a wall. You can put a full-size product on top of it to make it a lid. It's designed to be crazy durable. So officially you can't use it as a step stool, but it will survive that. All those little details make it so much bigger than the sum of its parts. And then I will say, unfortunately, as you guys know, NPS got postponed indefinitely this year.
Yeah.
I will say the back half of this year is huge for PackOut. We've got a ton of different products launching. Two of which I should say get asked for on every single PackOut post that any of you guys put up there.
That's the drawers.
No comment.
There you go.
A microwave.
So, a lot of awesome stuff coming this year. From my team, the Power Tool team and M18 and M12 has gotten on the PackOut bandwagon.
That's exciting.
So a lot of cool stuff coming this year.
Eric, favorite
Yeah.
PackOut?
Favorite PackOut would be the organizers, first and foremost, because Matt knows how much I want a double depth or just a deeper organizer box.
Right. More towards this way, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the durability on the organizer, and then being a plumbing and heating contractor, electricians will know this as well. The importance of having a way to organize materials like fittings and such. The organizer is absolutely hands down the best available option in the market. So that's my favorite.
All right. Will, end the card. Will, you redid your trailer in PackOut for Toolbox Buzz because I couldn't. What's your favorite PackOut?
I don't know if I have just a favorite, but probably I use the most of just those large toolboxes, not the rolling ones, but the next size. I can put them into kits a lot. So I've got a painting one and different stuff. So and it fits just the right amount of money or the right amount of stuff for me. And it's not that. That's my most used one. I use it all the time.
Murray, how about you?
It'd be a toss-up between the crates. I really, really like the crates. I wasn't sure when I first saw them, but yeah, and the organizers like Eric. We have so many different types of screws, and those slim ones are great for just keeping little odds and ends in, right? Because like you, Rob, we're on different jobs all the time and
different kits set up. I do the same thing. Eric, you'd be proud of my plumbing kit. All right, moving on. I want to talk to Joe Canning for a minute. Joe, I know the story a little bit. Tell us what got you into framing and why.
Necessity, basically. I had a different career before I started framing. I have a degree in animation multimedia arts. Couldn't find a job to save my life. And it was at a weird time, so I would end up having to go back to school just after getting out of school to relearn basically what I was already doing, but doing it on a computer. So instead, I just ditched it all together, and somebody asked me if I could swing a hammer, and went and found out.
No kidding. So you just had it was just a job offer.
It was a job offer,
wow.
And it wasn't supposed to be permanent, but before I realized it, it had become permanent, and I just was like, this is feeding my my family, keeping a roof over their head. I might as well see how far this can go. And started paying attention, and
interesting.
It got crazy after about a year and a half.
Hey, Will, are you listening? So, Will, what made you become an apprentice? I'm curious.
So I was in my regular high school my first 2 years, and we go to our guidance counselor once a year, and he asked me if I had any plans for college, and I was like, no. And I mentioned something about VOTEC, trade school. So then the next year he got me onto it. So I was going to like my main high school like half of the day, and then the trade school the other day, like other half. So then my second year of that, I got on co-op. So I was able to go on job sites, and yeah, that got me hooked.
Now, are you working with a framing contractor now?
Yes.
Good guy, good boss, gal, what?
Yeah, guy. Yeah, pretty small company, but it's nice.
Teaching you things and taking the time to show you? Good. Yankee, how about you? How'd you get into finished carpentry?
Honestly, it was kind of an accident because originally I did heavy equipment operating. I ran bulldozers, track hoes, and stuff like that. And on the weekend, to make side money, my buddy had a carpentry company, so I just started working with him to make extra money. And eventually, I learned that I liked running circular saws more than I liked running bulldozers. So I just took a leap, and a couple years down the road, I'm happy that I made the jump.
Nice. Hey, Murray, how'd you get into it? Did you follow your dad's footsteps?
No, I got in some trouble out of school, and one of my buddies, he helped me out and got me a job doing insurance work, and started actually with a drywaller on my first day, and then got into demo, and then just sort of went up the ladder from there.
Never looked back, huh?
Never looked back.
Wow. All right, moving on. Jay, question for you, sir. What are your biggest challenges with online sales? It must be huge now, right? I mean, I very rarely buy a tool in a store.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, how do you stay kind of relevant when you're battling everybody else on planet Earth to be on top of Google? And how do you get people to, pay attention? But again, I mean, we don't have to like beat everybody at everything. We just have to do what we do really well, and then make good friends with all of you guys. And maybe you'll throw us a bone every once in a while. That's great.
You service tools, the tools you sell, correct?
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure. Yeah. So so my dad started the company in 1983, and like that was all we did for the first 10 years was just fix tools. And then, it's still a big piece of what we do, but tool repair is not a growing piece of the business. You got 5-year warranties, and you got, cheaper and cheaper tools. So it becomes kind of disposable at some point, but it's still a big piece of service. So
we're a total disposable society. So a bunch of contractors here, all of you guys. How long does a cordless tool last you guys as a pro contractor? Maybe 2 years? Joe? Circular
If it
saw?
lasts me a year, I'm happy.
You'll have Eric, drills, a year maybe, 2 years?
Yeah, with the standard drills, yeah. The bigger, heavier duty stuff, I hope it lasts longer because the cost is higher. But mostly, yeah, a year or 2 years.
How about you, Will?
Yeah, it's about the same, year or two.
So I find my multi-tool burns out, 8 months, whatever. Recip saw seems to last the longest. Circular saw goes every year or two. So that's interesting. So that's why, you know what, Jay, they're probably just like, all right, I got my money's worth. I'm going to buy a new one and just keep going with it. It's not worth fixing. Yeah. We are a disposable society. There's no doubt. Matt, I have a weird question for you that was posed. Is there a place where people can see the internal and external dimensions on a PackOut?
So that's one of the things we're working on. We get requests for it all the time. So hopefully in the next couple weeks here on, Milwaukee Tool, and we'll make it all available. So, Ohio Power Tool will have all the dimensions as well. We're going to have infographics that show the size of all the different products. So you can know when you measure your tools and know what'll fit in each box.
That's
one of the most common questions we get.
That'll be super helpful. Will you actually look at other manufacturer tools and kind of show that comparison, or will it be up to us?
It'll be more so just the dimensions is what we're shooting for now, just because there's so much variety and tools out there that it'd be a pretty exhaustive and crazy looking thing to have every tool overlaid over it. But we'll at least give you dimensions.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I got a question for Eric. Eric, this is a personal, I just want to know this answer. If you were building a house from scratch, what would you use for a heating system and why? And also hot water too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I would use a hydronic or hot water heating system because I can also do cooling with it. and it is much healthier than forced air because you're not moving around dust, dander, that kind of thing. Also because that's what I'm really good at, installing and maintaining. Then for hot water, I would, depending on the load, combi boilers are really super awesome. One boiler does heating and hot water. And then if you don't have a boiler system in your house, or if you're building new and you just want to have a separate water heater, tankless water heaters, by far best bang for your buck.
I have a Renai. I love it. Absolutely love it. Murray, I know you do a lot of stuff with Silas on the side. I'm familiar with what you do, but tell us a little bit about your hobby with spinning wrenches. What are you working on right now?
Well, right now we're working on my work truck. Actually, we've done a lot. It looks a lot different here in this last bit. It's funny when you order parts and you get a vision and then you can only see stuff online, right? And you order it up and it shows up. And some things you're like, But I've had good luck lately. Everything that's showing up is the way I want it. But yeah, we've just been plucking away. Last year we did a car. This year doing up the truck. And like I had called you before the meeting, and we had just put air suspension on the back, airbags, and it's got a built-in compressor. And we were on a really bumpy highway. I had it a little too full, and Silas was like, "Oh, Dad, we did something wrong, right?" Because a lot of it's trial and error. We aren't pros, but we like to have fun, and thank God for stuff like YouTube, right?
Yeah, no kidding. University
Learning from other people's mistakes instead of your own.
Oh man! Anybody else here spin wrenches on the side? Work on cars or anything?
Yeah, I do motorcycles. I'm
Nice.
all about let's make a motorcycle do something that it was never intended to do. That's just what I do.
Mount a machine gun to the front or something? I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like let's turn a Harley into a dirt bike. Yeah, why
Right.
not? Let's just
Right.
figure a way to do it.
That is awesome. Will, what's your favorite part of being part of Toolbox Buzz? And no blowing smoke.
No. It really is just like helping people buy decent tools. I mean, like my framing contractor the other day, I loaned him a couple of my framing saws, and like I had to beg for him back. He wouldn't give them back, but just because they're good. So it's just I knew how it was, especially starting out. Like just every tool purchase was a pretty big deal. You didn't want to waste any money buying a piece of crap. So that's probably the most rewarding part, is just finding something that's really good and letting other people know about it.
All right. Another question that I'm just dying to know the answer to. Joe Canning, trusses or rafters, stick framed? Which one?
Rafters all day. Rafters. One, it's the safer product in the long run. It gives you a better quality product because we get to manhandle each piece of material and pick in the good and the bad. It goes on 16-inch center instead of 2 feet. I don't want to hear anything about insulation because I don't care. I'd rather have a better structure. Fire department's safe for going up in there if they ever have a fire. We're a truss, that little metal plate heats up so fast, and you're relying on 2x4s to hold the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
true.
But there's a lot of pros and cons. Flatter
There's
steel.
a big debate on it too, right?
Yeah.
Eric, I'm curious. I know what I'm dealing with, and I know everybody here is dealing with different things. But as a plumber, how are you dealing with this pandemic? How is it affecting your business?
Well, the phones initially slowed down, and then I think now after such a long time, they've picked back up a little bit. I think people have tried to attempt a lot of repairs of their own on their homes. I think the general vibe I'm getting from people in my area is that they're a little hesitant to have people at their house, especially people that they don't know. And so I'm just doing a ton of like cleaning my tools with bleach and sprayer and stuff like that, and just trying to maintain the guidelines from the CDC on keeping my stuff clean and cleaning up the area that I'm in.
Yeah, we're doing the same thing. It's hard. Cleaning stations, disinfecting stations, masks. So it's difficult. Joe, are you running into any issues on your job sites?
It's all an issue. Like we woke up one night and just our world flipped around, right? So now everything that we do and the way we work and frame is completely different, and it's everybody's assigned a tool, That's what they use. I don't care if you got to walk 56 feet to go get it, right? We have too many eyes on us right now as essential workers. So they're just looking for reasons to shut us down. So we have to do whatever we possibly can to abide by whatever guideline they send us. So everybody has their own tool. At the night, I sit at my truck with a whole bunch of Lysol wipes and everything like that, and
wipe it all down.
Yeah, they look like brand new tools. Yeah. But
Murray, are you running into anything? I know you run your own company. You trying to work separately or try to schedule so you don't cross paths with other contractors? Or
yeah, with like the restoration stuff, the fires and floods. We haven't had any fires yet, but had a couple floods come in, and I can talk people through to get things stabilized and stuff, and then we'll try to work out where, you know, they stay upstairs if we're working downstairs, wipe everything down, you know, when we get there and when we leave. It's really, really tricky, right? Because you're going into an occupied space where they have been, who knows what they've touched, especially little kids, right? Touching everything and then, you know, having to use their bathroom and all that type of stuff. So
one of the things I've been doing, Murray, you might want to consider is I've just been having porta potties brought to every site.
That's
so
smart.
Whereas like if we were building a deck on somebody's house, we might use their bathroom. You know, if we're doing a large remodel, we have a porta potty on the site. But now we have a porta potty on the site every single time. And in that porta potty, we lock it because people steal our hand cleaner. We set up a disinfectant station in that. So there's wipes, there's a gallon of water, there's soap, there's paper towels, you know, if we have to. Or if there's a hose, we'll set it up daily by the hose. It's hard. And I found that we got shut down in one town next door. So we've been, like Eric said, the phone stopped ringing. So I started looking for outside work. So we're doing porches, decks, rot replacement, window replacements. We're working on the outside houses. So
Pergolas.
Pergolas.
Yeah. Done 10 of those in 2 weeks.
Nice.
God, I'm so tired.
Guys, we got probably time for one more question. What is your favorite part or favorite stage of the construction process in whatever you do, if it's plumbing or framing or whatever, remodeling? Will?
Which one are you talking about here?
What is your favorite part of the remodeling?
Peter, another Will.
Building. Will Endicott. Sorry, there's two Wills.
For me, I mean, it's definitely like that final clean. I mean, getting done with the project and getting completely wrapped up. But like, as far as my favorite part, it's probably framing too. I just enjoy how quickly it goes to have something tangible and within a few days. Just that whole structure part. So that's probably my favorite part.
Murray, how about you?
Well, a lot of people think we love the drywall, but I just can't stand it. You know what? The finishing work, because we do start to finish, the finishing work just wraps it all up, brings it together, and the clients, you know, that's usually the part they really notice the most. And yeah, that's my favorite part for sure.
Joe?
Biased opinion.
Framing. No, but what part of framing? Sill, walls, deck, roof, rafters?
Roof.
Eric?
Two-part answer. First part, I love turning the heat on, like getting the system up and running. It's absolutely the most satisfying thing because I, like a lot of people, build something that works out of nothing. Lots of parts and pieces that make something work. So that's important to me to feel that pipe get hot. It's like the most satisfying thing. And then part two, and I'm surprised it hasn't been said yet, but let's be real. We are human.
Getting paid. Yep.
Getting paid, isn't that the truth? Hey guys, that's it for this video. I only have the free version of Zoom, so hey, we run out after 40 minutes. But I wanted to thank all of our guests, especially our Instagram influencers, Matt Vargo, Jay Armstutz, and especially our YouTube subscribers, Chris Cantrell, Garrett Schrader, and Will Krentler, I think it was. And guys, it was really nice to put a face with the name. Thank you for being subscribers. Thank you for helping out and being part of this video. And we'll see you guys at the next video. Take care, and please stay healthy.